They always say if you're nice, you could do it twice. Sorry for those technical errors earlier, but let's get back to it. Once again, welcome in. Um, if you weren't here for the original live, here we go again. Thank you for stopping by. Holiday season, bowl season. It was a busy weekend. The Saints are rolling, so it's who that season back, baby. It was a good weekend. LSU season ended with a bowl loss, but portal season is beginning. The Brian Kelly era is officially over, and it is now time to begin the Lane Kiffin era. Sunday, December 20th marked the day that the official Lane Kiffin era begins. January 2nd will be the coronation of the Portal King. And it's important for us to take note of that because the bowl game was a beautiful snapshot of the season for LSU. You start off hot, just like you started off the season hot, beating Clemson as a top 10 ranked team. You make it up to being ranked number 3 in the nation, and then you just completely fall apart down the stretch. The game was the same way. You start off hot, 99-yard kickoff return. You force a punt. You go down and score. You're up 14-0, and then you end up losing the game. Not only do you lose a game, it's how you lose the game. You were not able to run the ball. And in a bowl game where you want to see your young guys play, where you want to see your young guys show out, you thought that you would at least see that. Now, the defense, I didn't have too many expectations for. We're missing 6 starters out of 11. The defense was going to take a drastic step back. You're missing who I feel like should have been a Thorpe Award winner, and Mansour Delane, Harold Perkins, Whit, and Wes Weeks. You're missing key interior defensive linemen and Bernard Gooden, Patrick Payton, Jack Byburn on your edges. And your All American safety in AJ Halsey, who was outside of Mansour Delane, your best defender on defense. He was the eraser this year. So, of course, the defense was going to take a step back. What I didn't expect, though, was that the offense would take a step forward as far as point production goes, and we still lose. I thought this would have been a low scoring game. I mean, the over under was set at 41.5. I would have took the under, but I thought LSU was going to be able to pull this out. My key to victory was Harlem Berry getting at least 11 touches and 55 plus yards and a touchdown. If he would have had that, I think LSU would have won. And he was on pace for it very quickly. His first run of the game, he broke for 36 yards. He would touch the ball 2 more times for a total of 9 yards. So he ended the game with 3 carries, 45 total yards, and a fumble. And it was after that fumble, we would not see Harlem Berry anymore. I don't know if Harlem Berry's been cited since. So it's phenomenal to think that your most explosive runner was sidelined for majority of the game. The entire second half, we never saw him. When you had running backs who touched the ball and didn't even get over 5 yards, your quarterback was your second leading rusher with 11 attempts for 24 yards, averaging 2.2 yards per carry. The next running back was Xavier Thomas, who's a wide receiver, 2 attempts, 4 yards, 2 yards per attempt. Then Jawan Johnson, 3 carries for 4 yards, 1.3 yards per carry. But here is the stat: Caden Durham, 5 carries for 0 total yards. What are we doing? Harlem Berry finishes the game averaging 15 yards a carry. And you don't see him run the ball again after the second quarter. This offensive staff has gotten what they've earned. They got terminated. That is coaching malpractice. And look, I love Frank Wilson and all he's done for LSU, for the state of Louisiana, for the city of New Orleans, for high school football here in the city. He will always be a GOAT here. But this running back room and the development of these running backs at LSU over the last 4 years has been atrocious. And if we think about it, we can say that the system was bad, but the offensive line development has been just as bad. The system and the O line play go hand in hand. And when I see, when I take a look and I really think about it, this offense hasn't really been able to run the ball since Jaden Daniels was the quarterback. And even when Jaden was the quarterback, you still had issues. Outside of him running the ball, running backs were still not averaging much. That's on the offensive line. This offensive line is putrid. LSU finishes the season ranked 124th in rushing out of 132 possible teams, 16th in the SEC. It's bad. Absolutely bad. This season deserved to be over with. But here we are. And it's time for the portal era, for Lane Kiffin's era to begin. So if you haven't been paying attention, there are a bunch of names flying into the portal right now. It's hot. It is hot. Cam Coleman has been the biggest name of the day. And I don't know if LSU ends up with Cam Coleman. I think he'd be a great fit. But what we should pay attention to are the offensive linemen that we pull in out of this portal. Like I said, and I'll always say, when it comes to the quarterback position, just trust Lane. Whoever we end up with as our starting quarterback, we will be fine. It's the offensive line that we need to be concerned with. And all of the starting offensive linemen that we've had are pretty much in the portal. I think we have 6 total O linemen in the portal right now. Good. Now, it's not to say that all of them, like some of them won't come back, because I don't think it's a talent issue. More than anything, I think it was a coaching and development issue. I don't think that these guys were put in a position where their true abilities could be shown and displayed, and where their strengths can truly be highlighted. And I don't think that their issues, their flaws, were really worked on to be turned into strengths. But what do I know? I'm just a guy sitting in a chair talking on a microphone. but that's just what I'm seeing. So when we sit back and look at this portal opening, you have to reconsider the fact that I know I said in the beginning that we would end up with 13 to 15 players out of the portal. I think that number may end up being higher. I think we may end up between 20 and 25 because you're going to have to get 6 linemen in here. We're going to have 6 offensive linemen. 3 of them are going to have to hit for starters. Hopefully, we can keep Braylon Moore. That would absolutely be huge to do. And if so, then you're looking for your 2 tackles and you're looking for potentially 2 tackles and an offensive guard. Well, should I say a tackle and 2 offensive guard? Because hopefully you can get Tyree Adams to come back in, to fall back in, and not actually leave, and then that can fill in the spot. And the rest, it's just competition. It's competition in depth at that point. So don't be concerned with the quarterbacks. You're going to hear a lot of things coming out about quarterbacks soon. In particular, Sam Levitt and DJ Lagway are the 2 hot names right now being linked to LSU. And if that's the case, that's cool. I'm good with either one. If I had my choice of the 2 right now, I would personally like Sam Levitt more than DJ Lagway just because of the simple fact that he's been healthier longer than DJ Lagway. Now, if I could get DJ Lagway and, let him take a red shirt and then come in for next year, that to me would be perfect for DJ Lagway. Let his body heal, get some time into the system, get acclimated to things, and then roll from there. So, and I apologize for the dead air. Just making sure everything is functioning how it should be, the stream is rolling how it should be, and that the audio is all good. One man show over here. Uh, so when we look at it, if DJ Lagway ends up being our guy, like I said, I'm fine with it. Either way it goes, I think that he would end up being a really, really good quarterback under Lane Kiffin and in this system, and the brand of LSU would be phenomenal for him. So, like let it be what it's gonna be. Just trust Lane when it comes to the quarterback play. Just trust him. Just focus in on the trenches. Let's get the line right. We can't do anything if the offensive line is off. Like it's not gonna work. We've seen it for the last couple of years now. Even when Jaden Daniels won his Heisman, the offensive line outside of pass pro was okay. Like I said, it was Jaden making those plays with his running ability. He saved the rushing offense. He made it look like we had a true run game because he was such a dominant run threat. So I'm just excited for Friday to see what new additions that we're gonna have, and then to start shifting the talking pieces away from Lane leaving Ole Miss, and then more to Lane shaping out his roster and his team at LSU. Because until the portal starts to close, the narrative is always going to be centered around Lane and his departure of Ole Miss, and then that separation and that, well, not separation, but more of like the how can I put it, the intimate intertwining, if that's not even a word, that Ole Miss and the entanglement between LSU and Ole Miss currently between roster and coaches. That entanglement is going to be there until this portal starts to settle out, and we can start shifting towards next year's teams for both schools. Until that takes place, then we're going to be sitting right here talking about the same thing. Everything Lane does is going to be a topic of discussion because Ole Miss fans just can't get over right now. And for the most part, LSU fans kind of find it entertaining to see them melt while they're on a playoff run with LSU's offensive staff in the building. It's pretty ironic and also pretty entertaining to see too. So let's just let it be what it's going to be. Um, don't buy into too much of it and just let things play out. Like I said, once January 2nd comes around, that stuff will start to settle down. Um, it's going to be fun to see Ole Miss play in the Sugar Bowl. I mean, look, they have a legitimate chance of winning that game against Georgia. Do I think they win it? I don't think so. I think Georgia ends up winning another close game just because I think Georgia's just deeper. But we'll see. It's football; anything can happen. It's not, and that's why I don't want to count them out. We saw them go up big against that very same Georgia defense, but Georgia, as of late, has gotten things together on that side of the ball, and that unit is playing at an elite level. So it's going to be a true test for that for this Ole Miss team to see if they're really real or not. We'll see. Uh, Thursday in the Dome is going to be an amazing atmosphere. And shout out to the Ole Miss faithful, to the Rebel Nation. Congratulations, y'all made it. Y'all made it to the big stage. Enjoy it. Take the focus away from Lane. Lane's not there anymore. Double down on this playoff run. These things are very rare to be a part of. Take it from an LSU fan who's only had one playoff run to really watch and follow. It was sweet. We were able to see it all the way through, and it was harder to get into it. It was only 4 teams. Yes, I am adding in all those qualifiers. But at the end of the day, you guys should still enjoy this. And I know for a fact that if Corey was here, he would be loving every minute of this. And like I've always said, Ole Miss will always have a special place in my heart because of Corey and what that team meant to him, what that school meant to him. He legitimately loved Ole Miss. So I can never fully hate Ole Miss because of that. So, it's bittersweet. And it comes with the territory. But it's fun. So keep the excitement high on the LSU side of things, guys. We got to keep the excitement high, but most importantly, we just got to let Lane do what he's going to do. When the portal comes around, he gets the opportunity to really cement what what the foundation of his team is going to be and how things are going to look going forward. And this is where the fun begins. This is where the real fireworks start to get set off. I know we're going to pop some fireworks here in a couple of days to ring in the new year, but Lane is going to start setting off those fireworks on Friday because that portal is going to get the popping, and I can't wait to see what comes out of it. I trust Lane. I think Lane is going to do exactly what he's been doing. He's going to coach and develop. The offense is going to be amazing. I'm not concerned about the defense. I know the defense was not great in the bowl game, and I know it wasn't as great as we made it out to be. But that's because the defense made improvement. And we haven't had a defense to be that good since 2019, which the defense for 2019 wasn't elite, but it was good enough. It was still a national championship caliber defense that held Clemson in check after going up 17 points. So if our defense can be on that 2019 level with that offense that Lane Kiffin's bringing, there's no reason why we shouldn't be excited for a possible 2019 repeat. We just have to get the roster fleshed out. And I'm not saying that we're going to compete for a national championship next year because our schedule is rough. But we don't know what the roster is going to be either. And for as empty as the roster is right now, with question marks, shall I say, not empty, but there's a lot of question marks that we have. Once those question marks start to get answered, it can be anywhere from an 8-win team to an 11-win team based off of the additions that we make in the portal. And the good thing about this one portal window, is that you'll know immediately going into spring what your team is going to be. Let me take a quick pause for a second. Just kind of reset some things. Give me one moment. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I'm battling some these weather conditions, and it's got me feeling a little weird. Weather just went from 80 degrees a couple days ago to now it's 43 degrees. I'm steadily watching the temperature drop on my computer as the time is rolling forward. It is nuts just how cold it is out here in New Orleans right now. And I'm saying that from New Orleans, but 43 degrees in New Orleans is cold. That humid cold hits a little different. It sticks to you like some gravy on rice. So let's talk about this for a second, though. I want to give some love to the New Orleans Saints. To the New Orleans Saints, baby. The New Orleans Saints have done something that they have not done in the last 5 years. And I mean, in that time, we've had Jameis Winston as a quarterback. We've had Derek Carr as a quarterback. Ian Book started the game. Taysom Hill was a quarterback. Spencer Rattler had an era. It's been some times. But right now, the New Orleans Saints are on a 4-game winning streak. These New Orleans Saints, who started the season off at 1-4, lost 4 games in a row, won another one, lost 2, and now have strung up 4 straight. And what's beautiful about this 4-game win streak is that it's coming on the back of our rookie quarterback. Now, when he started, his first start was against the Rams, and they lost 34-10. In that game, I'm going to pull up the stats. In that game for his first start, Tyler Shough was 15-24 for 176 yards, 62.5% completions with an average of 7.3 yards per attempt. A touchdown and a pick. Then they go up to Carolina, and they win 17-7. He goes 19-27 for 282 yards, 70 completion percent, 2 touchdowns, no interception. They come back home to Atlanta. They lose 24-10, but he's 30 of 43, 243 yards, 69% completion percentage with a pick. Now these next 3 games, he throws an interception in each, but the last game against Tampa Bay, which is the first win in this win streak, was the last time he threw an interception. So he hasn't thrown an interception since the first Sunday in December. Overall for the season, Tyler Shough has thrown for 2,100 yards with 68% completion percentage, 9 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions, with a long touchdown pass of 62 yards. And mind you, just this past Sunday, he had a 60-yarder as well. He has a quarterback rating on the season for 92.1. The New Orleans Saints has found the quarterback of the future. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be Drew Brees, but what I am saying is that this is better than Derek Carr right now. We have hope again. And what makes it better is the fact that he is elevating the play of everyone around him. We're not winning with him. The Saints are winning because of him. When everything else is going wrong, he's still making all the right decisions. He's making the right plays. He's making winning plays. I mean, you are literally down to just him and Alvin Kamara on offense. I mean, him and Chris Olave on offense. That's it. Everybody else is just fill in the blank people at this point. And Jawan Johnson. And they are winning. And they look exciting. They look fun. It's a fun game to watch. And I know people are going to say, well, it's the Titans. It's the Jets. Y'all are beating up on bad teams. At the end of the day, these are pros. These are pros. The New York Jets are better than any other team that's not in an NFL. Plain and simple. They get paid too. You're supposed to beat that team. The Tennessee Titans are a bad team. You're supposed to beat that team. And you did. And Tyler Shough did that. You have hope. And that within itself is amazing. So let's enjoy this, because if we win on Sunday against the Falcons, you end the season on a 5-game win streak at a 7-10 record and second in the division, having swept the Panthers, split with the Bucs, and potentially splitting with the Falcons. No one had that. The over-under on the season was already at 5.5, and we smoked that. Nobody was expecting this. We went from fighting for the first overall pick to fighting for first in the division. One more game, we could have been talking about hanging up another division banner and being in the playoffs. It's amazing. This is an amazing time for the Saints, and we just hope that Mickey Loomis doesn't mess this up. The young guys are actually playing. They look like good pieces. We just need this next draft to be a hit, and we rolling. And to all the free agents out there, we have a young head coach who's calling some plays and making the offense exciting. Come be a part of that. We have a fired defensive coordinator who's making defense exciting, who's got young guys playing above their levels. Come be a part of that. Now, look, I know, I get it. We start off slow. It is what it is. That's all right. Let's get a little bon ton relay down here, baby. We let the good times roll. Just because it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And we finish strong. Now, if we could start off as well as we finish, watch out. Craziest stat I heard all weekend is that the New Orleans Saints defense, is on average giving up a point total in the fourth quarter of 3.3 points per game. Insane. Insane. Absolutely insane for the New Orleans Saints to be holding opposing offenses to 3 points in the fourth quarter. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see. The Saints are playing functioning football in the year of our Lord 2025. And then for the cherry on top, they went undefeated in the month of December. You cleared a calendar month. The Saints haven't lost a game in over a month. And it's because you hit on the right pick. You got a good quarterback on a rookie contract. We can't mess this up. We got to get this rolling right now. We have to. We got to hit on the draft. We have to make sure we spend the money wisely in free agency, get some good guys in here, and start building around this young man so we can have a fantastic season in 2026 and beyond. But we got to do it right. So, Mickey, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Please do not mess this up. Can't afford to mess this one up. We got to get it. Got to get this one right. The Saints have a quarterback. It's amazing. Tyler Shough. If Tyler Shough doesn't win Rookie of the Year, then it's fake. I don't know what else to say. It's fake. But Tyler Shough for the New Orleans Saints, pick number 40 in the second round. Rookie of the Year quarterback. 4-game winning streak. Words I never thought that I'd say in 2025. Never thought I'd say it. It looks amazing. Saints, it's up 2026. It's our time. Like, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get it right. Like, please don't mess this up. Please don't mess this up. Do not mess this up, guys. And then, I know we touched on it earlier. I'm not gonna keep anybody else too long. It's already late. And I thank everybody for joining us tonight. But here's what I want to finish the show off with. And I'm probably gonna jump back on here tomorrow too, because I got a lot to go. I got a lot to talk about. But as this NCAA football season is coming to a close, and we look back on how hectic things were, how the season just unfolded with the calendar. I mean, you see what Iowa State is dealing with right now. I mean, I think they've lost 17 players to the portal. Be appreciative of the brand that we support. Because even in our darkest days, it's still something fun. We still have hope behind LSU. That brand weighs so much. And I know I talk about the brand of LSU so much. It's because I'm trying to stress a point. LSU is an everything school. It's not just about football. And we can never lose sight of that. Those three letters hit on every sport, hit in every field of business. It's important. So represent it, you know? The trolls on Twitter work hard to get under people's skin, especially when they don't understand exactly what why we really don't care what they have to say. It's because we've been able to enjoy watching our team succeed. And not to, like talk down against the Alabama's and even the Georgias now of the world, or even Clemson when they were up. If you haven't been where these schools have been, including LSU, you just wouldn't get it. It's why Lane Kiffin tags it. It's just different. And it is. Tiger Stadium roaring at night with 100,000 people filling it. It's crazy. It's something that really shouldn't happen. It's bigger than every NFL stadium. But you show up week in and week out to support that team because you know what it means. You know the joy that it brings. So represent it. Don't let people take your joy from you about what your team has already accomplished and the expectations that we have for our school and for our program. Because that's what robs people out of joy, is having the unreal expectation. The expectation for LSU to compete for national championships is not unreal. That's the standard. Why? Because we've done it so many times before. And if we've done it once before, we can do it again. And I'm not just talking about being nationally relevant, because we will always be nationally relevant. Look at the pedigree that we have. I'm talking about competing, making it to the playoff. And yes, we've had a drought. We've hit a snag. But we've been close. And we will be close again, and we will break through again. And the moment LSU gets into a playoff run, college football better watch out. Because we have the man in place that's going to do everything he can to keep it there. And I know all the Ole Miss fans are going to say, well, he left the playoff team once before. You are right. And he damn sure can do it again. And I'll get right back here and tell you, I don't care. Because LSU is just different. He wouldn't be the first nationally relevant coach that we've lost. And he won't be the last. But right now, he's ours. And he's the best coach for LSU in this moment. This is the right time for Lane Kiffin to be at LSU. So let's enjoy it. The fireworks are about to start going off on January 2nd. And I can't wait to see it. Look, coming up this week, we are going to start looking at some of these playoff games. I am really intrigued with this Alabama-Indiana game. I do not know which way it's going to go. I don't know if I'm apprehensive on picking Indiana because it's Indiana. Like, am I I'm being like a Like I'm judging because Indiana's Indiana. Indiana's good. Indiana's good. Like I had the belief in them that they could beat Ohio State in that Big Ten championship game. And now I'm hearing some people saying that, oh, they only beat Ohio State because Ohio State wasn't really up for that game. It didn't mean as much to them. Well, look, they lined up and played football. The result is a result. Indiana was prepared. They went out there, and you can't tell me that if Ohio State and Indiana match up again, that Ohio State's not going to want to get their lick back. So yeah, like I I, I want to pick Indiana, but then I don't. And then this Ohio State Miami game is very intriguing too. Texas Tech and Oregon is it almost feels like it's a foregone conclusion that everyone's just kind of rolling with Oregon, and it's not getting talked about that much, which is pretty sad. And then you got Ole Miss and Georgia. But we're gonna get into all that. So might pop off a little bit tomorrow. And Wednesday's New Year's Eve, so you might do something early in the day. Um, yeah, well, come back and join us. Thank y'all again. And please do me a favor. Like, like, like the video. Share the video. And then subscribe. Subscribe to the video, please. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. It's free. And always chat. Like, make those comments, man. I want to keep this show free. I don't want to put anything behind a behind a paywall. I want to talk and engage. And the only way that I can do that is if you guys engage in the comments. So comment and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Go over to our Twitter page. Follow us on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. TNT_pod NOLA. See, it's right there. Follow us on Twitter right there. You can find us now on Facebook. I'm posting some reels and clips up there. And of course, we're always on YouTube at Timeouts and Tangents. I'm your host, AP. You can follow me personally on Twitter if you want at AJP413. Hit me up. I'm always down to talk. I will talk to anybody. Like I tell my staff, I'd much rather hear about your problems than hear about you being overwhelmed by your problems. Sometimes we all just need a listening ear. So with that, be the difference in the world that you want to see. Hold the door open for somebody. Say good morning. Say hey, hello. Smile. Your smile can make the difference that somebody needs. Share it. I hope all of y'all have a wonderful evening. Get the rest that you must well deserve to have. And let's lock back in and have some fun tomorrow. I will see y'all then. Thank you again so much for joining us. Like I said, subscribe, follow us, and share. Have a good night.